probably like me, you're also not a grandmaster, and we still need to find out all their secrets. But there is a good news. I found out a hidden and powerful strategy that Mikhail Tal used to win in just 18 moves. And the amazing part is that we can also use it in nearly every game. Tal is probably the most aggressive chess player in the history of chess. And this opening respects his standards quite a lot. It's a Sicilian, open Sicilian, with the dragon variation. Black is putting this bishop in the longest diagonal, going very aggressive. White is going on with the so-called English attack. Bishop out, f3, the idea is to avoid the knight to get here and to take this bishop. And then white goes with the queen on d2, ready for a long castle. And then, after short castle, this is the fire on the chessboard. Who is getting first? White to attack on the king side and give checkmate? Or black to attack on the queen side and give checkmate? That's the big question of this opening. Anyway, black here played the move bishop d7. This is the second most played move. Black tried to outsmart the genius of Riga. The idea is that black wants to delay the short castle and get started with the attack on the queen side. Tal simply castled, queen a5. King b1 is a prophylactical move. The king is better on b1, protecting this pawn and out of the semi-open c file. Rook c8, very logical, and g4. The attack on the king side is getting started. Now the first mistake of black, the move h6. Usually you don't push pawns on the side where you need to defend unless you're forced to. And this h6 is far from being forced. In fact, there is no threat of the move g5. After a6, a normal move that is preparing maybe b5, b4, g5 cannot really be played because knight on h5 is a perfect way to defend and block the attack on the king side. h4, h5 is no longer possible. The knight is also stopping the move f4 or at least controlling that square. So h6, a big mistake. h4, preparing the move g5. And now black starts to prepare the move b5, b4. Bishop e2, simply connecting the rooks and starting to look for the move g5. Knight e5, this is a very standard move. The knight is aiming for the square on c4, forcing white to give up the bishop pair, because the queen and the bishop are both under attack. And now the moment that we were waiting for, g5, FBI, open up. The h-file is getting open and the rooks are getting traded. I want to ask you a question. What do you think of the move g take f6 here? Why can this move be played? My instinct was that, well, if the pawn takes the knight, the rook just simply take here with check, then the white is capturing back and the bishop is taking the pawn, so this doesn't work. And this is why I'm not a grandmaster. Because here, in this position, Mikhail Tal took the knight. You might say, what is happening here? The point is that after rook takes, the knight is taking the rook, and this is very precise. If the bishop takes or the queen takes, here black is simply winning material. Black has basically a rook or a bishop and exchange up. But taking with the knight makes a huge difference. The queen is now under attack. But again, you might say, okay. Queen takes, bishop takes, and the bishop is taking the pawn. What is changing? And this is the secret of this game. We always need to consider intermediate move. In Italian is intermezzo. Intermezzo is so powerful in chess, and usually players like me and like you, we tend to not consider it. And here again, Mikhail, after queen take d2, is making another intermezzo, taking with the pawn on g7. The pawn cannot be stopped. And the next move, Mikhail Tal is promoting the pawn. And this queen is still under attack, so there is a huge risk for black to lose this queen anyway and to let white promote. And the biggest problem is that after moving the queen away, well, this is checkmate. And now it's time to test what we have just learned. This is a game I've played last year OTB, and I was currently an exchange down. But my compensation was that this king is out and in danger, big danger. Now, I simply saw a very easy idea to win a piece and to have 2 pieces in exchange of a rook, plus this king is still weak. So I played rook d2 and rook takes c2. But I've missed something here. Can you find it? I'm about to reveal the solution, so pause the video if you want to find it out. After rook d2 check and the king moves here, I had to stop myself and not take the bishop immediately, but find an amazing intermezzo. And the move is queen d4. This is amazing. I'm threatening checkmate. The queen cannot protect. Those pieces cannot do anything. And the only check is followed by king e7. There are no longer checks. The square is controlled. The square is controlled by the queen as well. And literally, the only way for white to go on is to sacrifice the queen. But honestly, this is full desperation. So the move queen d4 would have been so powerful, but I've missed it. And I played the move rook c2. I ended up winning the game, but it was a huge struggle. Now we know the power of intermezzo. During your next games, always shortly consider intermediate move before capturing back a piece. Look, is there something better? And you might find some amazing, beautiful, brilliant moves. If you like this video, remember to like and subscribe to the channel. And thank you for watching. Bye!